Welcome to your Space Coast Real Estate Update for June. We're currently sitting in July, and inventory pretty much has remained unchanged through the month of June. Rates have settled just below 7%. Insurance costs continue to be a growing issue, and buyer demand has cooled just a little bit because of the summer.
Yeah, I mean, you're still looking at right now about 2,000 properties on the market in the whole county. So I think that's good news for buyers. The number seems to be declining a little bit. I mean, you get one listed and one sells, but it's been about 3 months with 2,000 houses.
Been remaining steady. So typically, as you know, we see inventory rise from January, peaks in September, October. And this year's just been different because your would-be sellers, they're just staying in the properties longer because they have low interest rates. They're not going to trade a 3% interest rate to a higher 7% interest rate. So like you said, with inventory, just to put it in perspective, we're still about 1,300 properties under where we were at pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So what we're seeing is in May, we saw rates just skyrocket, went past 7%. And then came back down just below 7%, and that's kind of where they've been hovering.
We're around 6.9% right now.
Yeah, 6.9%. So as we know, rates drive buyer demand, and when rates drastically increase, we've seen a decrease in the number of mortgage applications, and it's kind of the combination of just the typical summer cycle.
A lot of people traveling right now. People don't want to put their house on the market because they're not there. So you'll see a little bit of a slowdown, which is a normal, like you said, summer market.
Yeah, and then again, just insurance on top of higher mortgage rates, it just has increased or decreased buyers' affordability.
So with what you're talking about, really we've seen just pricing flat. We haven't seen any decrease, and I don't think we don't plan on seeing a decrease.
I mean, so nationally, we're down about 4% from its highs in early 2022, but that doesn't apply to your newer homes, your homes that have been renovated with all of your wind mitigation credits that have the lower insurance rate. So we're still seeing those types of properties sell for a premium and selling very quickly.
And then the ones that need work are having to maybe adjust the pricing a little bit. That's what we're saying.
They're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and price with energy to compensate for their, the need for potential renovations, because as you know, we live in the HGTV generation. Everybody wants, the newest, latest, and greatest. Really, I mean, it's the insurance costs. So what renovations do they have to do to get the insurance costs lower? So buyers are already taking that off the price of already non-renovated homes.
Right. So what we've learned, we're representing 621 clients back in 2022. Sellers have to be very aware of the types of properties that are selling to make sure the home is priced and marketed correctly.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of ways that your agent can create a sense of urgency for the property and get it sold if they have the reach and the horsepower to do so.
Yep.
So with that said, you can expect a sale typically within 30 days. Buyers, we know it's tough. I mean, interest rates are high, like we talked about, insurance rates are high, and we don't expect prices to come down anytime soon. We just don't have the parameters for pricing decreases.
Correct. So our personal feeling is, it really doesn't matter. If you're going to stay in a house for 5 years or more, we think now's the time to buy. If you're going to stay in a house for under 5 years, you might have to look at it a little bit because nobody can predict where the rates are going to go. Nobody can predict what the economy is going to do. But we've seen over the last, in my case, 42 years, in your case, 27 years, we've seen the market, rise substantially. So 5 years seems to be the number. Anything more than 5 years, I would say buy. Definitely buy.
Yeah, definitely time dilutes risk. If you're waiting for interest rates to come down, and let's just say there's a huge pool of buyers that maybe are waiting for this, once they do come down, now there's going to be bidding wars again and pent up demand, right?
Yeah.
So you can lock into a payment now, whereas like if you're renting, your rent's going to continue to go up. Well, at least you're locking into a payment, you're potentially building equity, and like you said, with a longer time period, if an opportunity comes up when interest rates do drop, you can refinance at that time. So if you're interested in buying or selling, and you want a knowledge broker who takes a data-driven approach to the marketplace so that you can make the best decision, our team is here and ready to work with you.
Until then, we'll see you next month on another episode of State of the Marketplace.